Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to My Adventures with Superman Episode 2. So the first episode was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed it. It was a lot more lighthearted than I was expecting, considering it was an Adult Swim show. I initially thought there might be some darker elements to it, and I was okay with that because I think Superman can have dark moments as long as you don't make the character himself dark. He can be put into dark situations, and that's a fun story element to put the character in. But I don't think they're going to do that after watching the first episode. I think it's still going to be much more lighthearted and fun show, which I am all for. I love those kinds of shows. One of my favorite all-time animated shows is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it has a sort of similar vibe. And it's not like there's not moments where it can't get a little dark or have a little bit more of an extreme situation, which I think they can experiment with, even with this show. They just probably won't go as far as like blood and gore. Some of the stuff that I was expecting coming into this probably won't be the case. So we met, of course, our hero Clark. I loved the fact, I didn't mention this in the first reaction, but I loved the fact that he was sort of a bumbling klutz, if you will. Maybe not quite to the extent that he is in the Christopher Reeves films. The Christopher Reeves films portrayed it more as a intentional act that he was putting on, whereas this, it's just more himself. He does things on accident, and that's something I really loved, and I wanted to see explored. And it's something that I mentioned in my first reaction, that my first project I ever worked on was a Superman animated fan film I was working on. It was a 3D animated fan film, and I wrote the script very specifically with the intent to make Superman make mistakes in his first outing, right? I liked the idea and the concept that he has to learn how to be Superman. He's not just amazingly great at everything. He has to learn how to control stuff. He accidentally makes mistakes. In the Bruce Timm animated series, one of the first things he does is he tries to catch this plane that's falling down, and he grabs the rear fin of the plane and accidentally totally rips it off and makes the plane even start diving down even faster, and you just hear him comment, "Nice one, Clark." And I like that because it just shows his humanity. Even though he isn't human, it just shows that he doesn't know everything. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's new to all of this, and he has to learn. And I love that. And I saw that in the first episode. He just constantly kept ripping things off of his hinges, door handles, things like that. He's a one-man wrecking crew. And I hope we see that a little bit as he's Superman and not just Clark, because that, again, that'll show that he still has a ways to go. He still has some things to learn, lessons he has to learn, that he can't save everybody. He can't be everywhere all at once, that sort of stuff. I'm really excited to get into this series and see how they portray Superman and all his different elements. And of course, we saw Lois, who is very different from the Lois that we've always seen in movies and television shows. She's not already the world famous Lois Lane reporter that everybody knows and admires. She's an intern, just like Clark. She's just getting her start, learning her way about the world. She was very ambitious and trying to get her big first story, and in doing so, she kind of wrapped up Clark and Jimmy in something that she probably shouldn't have, but feels like she learned a little bit of a lesson there. Although, if she's anything like the Lois I know in terms of her personality, which she does seem to have Lois's personality down pat, it's just we're seeing sort of the origins of that. But yeah, if she's anything like that Lois that I know, she's still got that ambition. She's still got that drive. And even though she made the promise to not keep secrets and everything out in the open, I foresee her breaking that every now and then, because Lois is who she is. She wants to get the scoop. She wants to get the story. She may not intentionally put anybody in harm's way, but she may take things a little too far sometimes and inadvertently get some people, including herself, into trouble, which is when Superman usually has to come in to help out. So yeah, can't wait to get into this. If you guys like the content I've provided so far, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and check out the link to our Patreon page. There might be a lot of interesting stuff in there for you guys, especially as Superman fans. I want to post a lot of the stuff that I did for Superman Origins, the fan film I was doing a long time ago. I would like to post a little bit about that, including the full read-through script with all of our voice actors, including Jason Marnocha, who is the voice of Jor-El in this series. So if you didn't catch that in my first reaction, go back and check it out. I do know one of the voice actors in this show, and he's a dear friend. He's a great man, awesome person. I love this guy to death. But yeah, let's check out My Adventures with Superman Episode 2. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows. The Kents.
Clark?
Ma and Pa.
What is this? This is how you came to us, Clark. From the sky.
The answers to everything you want to know.
Is that his ship?
They're all in there.
That's a big ship. How did they bury that? Must have taken a long time to bury that. Oh. Here it is.
Hello?
Filo, cum longi arms che faveron, nomo mi JOR-EL'S.
What's he saying?
Osifo vigana.
I don't think that's a language from Earth.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Krypton.
That was interesting. Yeah, they never really touched on it being another language before. That's interesting. At least not in an animated show or film that I've seen. Yeah, it's scary.
I don't want to come here again.
Clark, I know this was scary, but
Jonathan, he's right. We don't know what this is or who sent it. Am I not your son? If I came from that, then Honey, no. You will always be our son. But I'm not human?
Clark,
Who am I?
Say hello to our new office!
Closet.
Okay, technically it's the
This
newspaper.
paper's just fart.
It's also the boiler room. And sometimes mail gets sent here by mistake.
That's the mail room.
Who is Superman? I'm thinking he's maybe tied to the military.
Please, Lois, I know what Superman is. He's an alien. Case closed.
We need our conclusion to be backed by actual facts, Jimmy. Not whatever Firebird is.
Flamebird, it's my stream, spreading the truth about aliens, and it has 5 followers. Nay, believers. Maybe 6 if you followed me.
Okay, I'm not following your weird bird stream. What I am going...
Like and subscribe to my channel, by the way.
Taking this jacket Superman wore and finding someone who can run his DNA off it. Perry doesn't believe us, but we would have died without him. Don't you want to know who that person is?
I'm good.
You're right. I need to know. Sky, I'm not feeling so great, though. It's maybe something I ate. Oh, I should take care of this. See you later.
It's got the
Come on,
shits.
Jimmy. We're leaving too.
Wait, where are we going?
Isn't it obvious? We're gonna find the woman who tried to kill us.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Uh-oh. Ooh. Someone's not happy with you.
sick of these goons and that flying freak of yours following me around. So let's talk. City Bistro, noon. Come alone, or your tech is gone.
Relax.
Wait, why are you home? Did something happen? Are you okay?
I'm
Martha Kent Rogue.
but I used my powers to save people, and they saw me.
Oh, Clark.
Look, they don't know it was me, but they know that someone rescued them, and now Lois, there's this girl, Lois, and she's amazing, but now she's calling him Superman, and she wants to know more about him, and I want to know more about him too.
Just slow down. What are you saying?
Is
I
Jonathan
need to
dead?
find out who I am, Ma. I need to go back to the ship.
You have the heart attack.
I'm making pie, and your paw is just fretting about leftovers. But I know who you are. You're my son.
Oh.
I don't want to lose you.
Philo.
Are you?
Jason.
You're responding to me.
G. Kal-El. G. Come longi arms che faveron.
I gotta ask Jason if
Alright,
you had to
well,
learn
boat's out
some
here. I say we go back to my plan.
language
Yes,
for
that's the spirit.
Kryptonian.
Support your boss.
No, not that.
They had something
I found
written
the boat. Superman,
other
here
than
we
just what's in
come.
the script.
Or not.
Hold that thought.
She was here. I don't know how she blasted this grate open, but
She had those giant killer robots with her. What if those weren't the only things she stole?
look.
It's a safe bet that she's stolen before.
With her,
So if we follow the tracks,
it'll lead us straight to her.
Yay, danger!
and Jimmy are on the train.
Interfuso, personis fareveni.
I know you're trying, but I can't understand you.
Virevenis cas permessis va ei lerni via sprek.
What do you want me to do? What am I doing here? I don't even know who you are.
It's gonna show you. Show you Krypton. What was that? Something went into Krypton? That was a war.
Who is that?
Mama.
Did you take me from my mother? Wait, are you my... If this is my past, then I...
Oh, we're gonna glam up. It's got a Sailor Moon transformation. Love it. That's cool.
Don't worry, I'm still me, Ma. I'm still your son.
Of course.
Different clothes.
Too. What did that Lois girl call you?
Superman.
It suits you. But I think this needs something more. A belt?
Underwear?
Shorts. Come with me.
Oh, it's a combination of her helping him with the outfit and it being from Krypton.
Oh man.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in there. Oh shit! How'd you not notice that until now?
Marine? I'm thinking Black Ops. You can always spot the military types.
Yep.
Oh, I know your history, Leslie Willis. The thief known as...
Let's skip to the only part I care about. I have something you want. You have
Is
something
what?
I want. Let's trade.
What do you want?
I want off your weird hit list, genius.
You really think you're the...
Is that Livewire? I don't remember her real name.
idea what kind of technology you're dealing with.
Them? I said come alone!
smartest one here.
It is Livewire.
I see the detonator. You start taking pictures. I'm gonna stop the explosives from going off.
Wait, Lois, we should.
Jimmy, run.
The shorts add a lot, don't they?
I
I think that does it.
You don't think people will recognize me?
Oh, sweetheart, I barely recognize you.
Yeah.
Clark, that's
Fuck. Who's this guy in my...
your phone.
I see the detonator. You start taking pictures. I'm gonna stop the explosives from going off.
Wait, Lois, we should.
I have to go. Love you.
Yeah. It's you. Hi, Clark.
Hello, Miss. Are you all right?
Yes. Do you have a comment for the Daily Planet?
Ouch.
Or maybe we talk after this.
Greek.
Probably best.
Don't make me lose my robots. Superman! There's explosives in the sewers.
Looks like a weak spot.
Why don't you just die already?
Oh, so she does not have the power? No, she has the power. It's not coming from that, is it? Maybe it regulates it. That's a very dangerous weak spot to have right on your back.
I'm going down. I'm taking you with me. Great. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help.
Getting a vision of. That looked sort of like the Phantom Zone.
Are you okay?
And now, Superman.
Stop the presses! We've got a new front page story.
You did it, boss.
We did it, partner.
What are you two still doing in my office? Get out!
Oh,
It's
it's this
actually
thing we
touching.
did today
You see,
where
No, don't start telling me. I don't care. Leave. Go. Now.
Good old Perry. Still parrying.
Heyo, Lois. Heyo?
Heyo to you. Open your front door.
One sec.
Surprise! I was gonna call, but then I thought, hey, why stop by calling you? And then I kind of just started walking, and then I...
It turns out it was something I ate. I'm feeling a lot better. How?
Gross.
Clark, we got the story. Perry literally stopped the presses. I wish you'd been there to see it.
I wish I could have been there with you too.
I still can't believe we pulled it off. I mean, we did, but I can't believe it.
There was never any doubt in my mind that you'd find Superman. Because you, Lois Lane, are extraordinary.
Ooh.
And driven, and smart, and funny, and smart.
You said that already?
Well, I stand by it.
Oh, good. You're both here. You have to see this. Flip gave me an advance copy of Tomorrow.
Come on, man.
Confirms the Superman is real. We made the front page.
Read the byline.
By Cat Grant, Ronnie Troop, and Steve Long.
Oh, Cat Grant.
What?
Wow. Always Cat Grant.
Leslie Willis. We found the rest of your explosives. Your plan failed. Now you're going to tell us everything.
Tell you what a bunch of gibberish means?
Zero, tell us what you know. The Flying Man. Tell us what you know.
He's not with you? Who are
Uh-oh.
you people?
Oh, that's easy, Willis. We're the good guys.
Oh,
Tell us everything you know about
Waller. All right, so we just finished the second episode of My Adventures with Superman. Also another great episode, a lot of fun. It was cool to see Clark really questioning his heritage. That's something that's been visited in previous incarnations of Superman stories, where he starts wondering where he's from, wanting to find out more. The whole, I'm still not sure if it's his spaceship or what the hell that thing is that's in the ground. I'm assuming it's a spaceship that just landed and embedded itself in the ground itself that he came in. But then they showed the flashback of him being sent off to Earth, and it was a very tiny little ship. So very curious how that thing got there, but whatever. I'm sure we'll get to that or figure that out later, or maybe it won't get explained and we just have to just say, okay, it's a Kryptonian thing that ended up in the ground wherever his spaceship landed. Okay, cool. I wasn't expecting Jason to not speak a word of English. He didn't mention that to me when I told him congratulations when I heard he got the role. But that's maybe later on it'll get translated at some point and we'll actually hear him speak proper English. I don't know. Maybe it will always be Kryptonian. That would be interesting. But that was still fun. Still fun. Great to hear his voice. Again, for those of you that missed it, Jason Marnoko, who plays the voice of Jor-El, and I have worked together on various projects for a very long time. The guy is amazing. I love him to death. He played Brainiac and John Corbin in a Superman animated fan film I was doing, Superman Origins. So maybe I'll show you guys a little clip of that briefly. But yeah, so that was Jason. He did a fantastic job. This was 2011, a very long time ago. He's come a very long way since then, but I always knew he would make it. He's a fantastic voice actor. So excited to see him in something so big like this. And also ironic that it's a Superman story, considering just kind of all came full circle for him. It's really fun. Yeah, so we got to see Clark visit his origins, get to know a little bit more about who he is, where he's from. And we had a little bit of a Sailor Moon dress-up moment where he got his Superman suit that apparently didn't have any shorts or a belt. And so Ma Kent helped him out with that, gave him a little bit of shorts and a belt, kind of filled out the costume, which it's sweet. I like, because there's always usually two ways that he gets the costume. One is it's a Kryptonian costume that brought over, or it came with him on the ship or whatever else, or forms on him, much like I think it did in Man of Steel. And the other school of thought is Martha Kent sewed it for him, right? I like the idea of it being a Kryptonian suit because it explains why it's just as invulnerable as he is. You know, it helps that suspend that disbelief that it's not getting just destroyed every time he goes out to save the world and runs through a fire or something like that. But it also added the little bit of the touch of love with Martha helping him out with a belt and the shorts. Of course, maybe the shorts will burn off and nothing else. I don't know. That'd be funny. But yeah, it was really, really cool seeing, his attachment to his parents and his fear as a child, not wanting to know more. That I connected with that. It felt very real to me that a child would be terrified of finding out something like that, and even more terrified when all those things were happening and this man shows up speaking this weird language and a hole opens up underneath you and your parents are falling through it and you gotta save them. Like, that's a lot for a child to go through. So I totally 100% understand why he didn't want to revisit that and probably just put that aside until he was ready as an adult to find out more, to learn more. And then, of course, we got Lois and Jimmy doing their little investigation together, finding the sewer tunnels that are lined with this dynamite and trying to track the woman that almost killed them just to find Superman. So they've got guts. I'll give them that. Jimmy is usually in one of two camps. He's usually timid and shy and a little bit of a scaredy cat, or on the other hand, he can be very brave and tries to do good and wants to be involved, but is kind of bumbling himself a lot of times and screws things up sometimes. So I think he's kind of on the latter side in this show. And yeah, so he and Lois are doing their adventure, trying to find yet another scoop. Lois probably keeping things yet again from Perry and not being completely open and honest about the office, for example. You know, she said no more secrets, and then she basically lies to them, say they can use this office to investigate, and Perry totally knows about it and all that. Yeah, so she's like I thought in the last episode, and this one, she's not quite done being Lois. She's always gonna be heading out, trying to find that story, trying to get the scoop. That's just her nature. She's a very curious woman, and will stop at nothing to sort of scratch that curiosity a lot of the times. And just like most of those times, it ended up leading to her becoming in danger, and Clark having to come in and save the day yet again. But this time he was donning his full-on Superman suit, so he was completely exposed. Jimmy got the snap. Superman is now revealed to the world. And yeah, I loved it. It was a fun way to introduce the character, and I think it's always fun because it's always fun when his first reveal is very public to the world, because you can just see everybody's faces that's around him and the reaction of this stunned look of awe and shock and what is happening right before their very eyes. And in the end, Lois does get the scoop. She brings the story to Perry, holds the presses. She's got her first big story. It'll be yet to see if Perry allows her to run with this continuously. Maybe she's the girl that does the Superman scoops from now on. We'll see. Although she tried to include Clark in this, wanted him to be a part of the little team that they have. That's going to be kind of hard considering the fact that Clark has to be on the other side as Superman doing the thing when he's also supposed to be investigating Superman. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that dynamic. Is Clark really going to be a part of the team, or is he going to act like he's out doing his own thing most of the time? Because otherwise it'll get very hard eventually to explain why he keeps just disappearing when he's supposed to be helping them get the story. So we'll see how that plays out. And then finally, we got a little romantic moment between Clark and Lois. They were saying things, they got really close, and then Jimmy pops in to ruin it all. Little third wheel Jimmy. Oh boy. But it's fun. I like that. I like that they're doing the hint of romance this early. It's different, you know. Usually it's a cat and mouse game. They work together for a while before, and in fact, I think they don't really like each other in most versions of these two characters from the start, and then that sort of love for each other develops over time. In fact, it's usually that Lois is very infatuated with Superman and can't stand Clark. And it's not till later, of course, she finds out that they're one and the same. But even before that happens, usually the shift happens where she realizes her sort of Superman crush is just like, you know, out there unwarranted. And there's a really nice, great guy in Clark that's really close to her. And she starts falling for him over Superman. And then that's when she usually discovers that they're one and the same. But in this take, she's falling for Clark right away. And there's nothing wrong with that. She's recognizing that he's a great man. He's very kind and sweet and loyal. And, I think a woman should look for that in a man, And I think the Superman concept is from when that idea that women are just looking for this strong, powerful man type, and not necessarily the nice, sweet, kind guy. Lucky for her, he's both, but she doesn't know that at this time. So it's nice to see that she's just actually falling for Clark from the start. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for this episode. Tell me what you thought about it as well. I want to hear your comments. Continue on the conversation in the comments of this video. Tell me, do you guys like this approach of Clark? Did you like how he got his suit? I thought it was really cool. Do you like how this romance with Clark and Lois is sort of starting off this way rather than them being more or less rivals, them actually working as a team from the very, very start? Very interested to hear your guys' take on all that. Also, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the content today. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so. Check out our Patreon channel. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for that. There's a lot of different tiers. The first couple tiers are focused on the reactions only. They have stuff like ad-free content. The full-length reactions will be on there for those that are interested. And also the last tier is specifically for those that want to support my studio, Little Grim Entertainment, where I'm creating video games and animated shows, much like the one we just watched. I'm really excited to share the content that I've been making on that, including the Superman Origins fan film, what little I have of that right now. Obviously, I didn't get it animated, but I would love to show you guys little bits and pieces of that. Which you can get access to if you do the last tier on Patreon. And with that being said, thank you guys again for checking out this reaction. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction.